both of you guys, do you guys notice anything different about just the way you guys are approaching tackling? Like, is there anything different about the first couple days this year compared to last year?
Yeah, I would just say we do more of it. Like we do more of working on the form, more of just the violent pursuit of getting to it. So building those habits, those good habits.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. We kind of just rep it more and just kind of engrave it in our head that, you're going to run full speed and go hit someone. So you might as well get good at it now. If it's a dummy, one day it'll be a real person, but you got to be ready. So rep it as much as you can.
And Dalton, what do you think about that drill where you guys are tackling the donuts and the scoop and score?
I mean, yeah, I like it. It teaches our pursuit angles and as well to not break down, just run through the tackle and, get to your feet quick and then go make another tackle. So you never know what could happen. And as well as adding the ball in there too, you're kind of killing two birds in one stone with a ball drill as well. So I think it's a great drill and I think the guys like it.
Jason and Michael?
Two questions for either of you guys. First off, when the coaching staff tells you guys to be violent, what does that mean to you guys?
This game isn't meant for soft people, so you're gonna get hit. You got to be strong, physical. So when coach says be violent, that means get ready to either hit someone or take a hit, and then if you take that hit, give one back after. So.
And then Coach Gonzalez mentioned, you guys are aware probably there's people have low expectations for this defense, and as a player, is that something you use to motivate yourself, or how do you kind of approach that?
I would say that's fuel more than anything. Like maybe, a little bit speaking from a personal standpoint, I come from that type of background. So I think, and a lot of the guys we've added, the guys that decided to stay, we all kind of have that mindset that we got to go get something. So yeah, we embrace it.
Yeah, I would touch on that. I personally say defense wins championships. And, as far as a team standpoint, if people have low expectations on us, it is fuel just for us to prove them wrong. And it just kind of puts that chip on your shoulder that, gets you out of bed ready to go work every day. So, I'm all right with that, and I think we're fine with proving people wrong this year.
Michael and David?
I have questions for both. Dalton, do you know how many defensive coordinators you've had since you've been here?
I had Don Brown, Coach Nansen, Coach Keena, and now Coach G4. Yeah.
Not that Danny's predecessors weren't passionate, but he seems especially passionate. How does that just kind of, fuel you guys?
Nah, yeah. Defense, you got to have that passion and that fire. So, if your coach is bringing it, before, you get out there on that field, it kind of just, gives you that extra juice. I love it. It gets me going, and I think the guys get going too. And it fuels us. He's out there, it's hot. And he has a lot of trust in his defense. So if he's that passionate about it, I'm gonna be passionate about his defense. So I'm gonna give my best in that defensive.
And for Trey, a couple guys that Danny was talking about were Julian Zavanaya and Bear Anderson, a couple sub 300 pounders who he says can really do some damage. What's your kind of scouting report on those two?
Yeah, they're great, man. They both they play a little different than one another, as pretty much all of us do, right? But they've both been working on getting stronger, and then obviously Coach Joe's been helping us with our technique and continuing to develop, and I've really seen a lot coming out of them. So it's been great to see, honestly.
David and Justin?
First question for Trey. Trey, Coach Gonzalez has talked about you guys have 34 guys who can power clean 300 pounds. Are you one of those guys? And if not, how close are you?
Do I look like one of those guys? Yeah, for sure. I wasn't going through all the metrics like that the same way, but yeah, I could get there.
What does that mean? What does that do for you to be able to have that type of explosive?
Speaking on the D-line specifically, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're playing football, you got to be explosive, got to be violent, twitchy. But D-line specifically, you snap your hips through and you can just get, boom, right to that power immediately. So it makes a difference. It matters.
And for Dalton, I asked this question of Noah yesterday. He hit on that first play of 11-on-11 deep ball to Hunter. Did it again today in 7-on-7. I asked him yesterday kind of what that does for the offensive confidence. How does the defense feel when they go out there first play and they give up a big ball like that? Is it easy just to sweat that off and move to the next play, or does that kind of stick with you and say, we can't allow this to happen?
Yeah, it's never good, and obviously that play was on me too, so it definitely wasn't good for me. But it's all about your response after that, and I guess your resiliency. So after that play, I had Jen and the guys, backing me up, saying, that doesn't fly because that's not our standard. You can't come out there first play and give up a deep ball. So I just had to respond and not get in my head as well, because a lot of people can get down on themselves and focus too much on the pass. So I had to move forward, and I ended up breaking on the ball that Quincy missed, and I ended up getting an interception. So it's all about responding. But it's great for the offense too to come out and take that shot, and when they execute it, that gives them confidence as well. So Chris and Noah are a great duo, and I like them taking the top off. I was just not gonna have to keep being on me. 315. Yeah.
For Dalton, how's it been like working with Riley Wilson, and what energy, what skill set does he bring to the defense?
Yeah, I was at Big 12 Media, and they asked me, like, who's going to be, who's not a household name that's going to be, and I said Riley Wilson. I think he just has this great work ethic, and, he had his injury that he's coming back from, and you can tell he really missed it, and, he's ready to go. He's a guy I can count on. He might mess up, but I can tell him, and he's going to respond back, and, he's going to get it right. And those are the type of guys you want on your defense, and I think he's going to be a great piece for us.
Adua, is his name?
Edward.
Edua.
Yeah.
What have you seen out of him? And he's a rising young prospect. And where's he at, just kind of in his development? How do you think he can help you guys?
He's doing well, man. He joined us last year, and I was kind of, when I look at Ed, I look back into myself coming in and just try to see that perspective. Think about the things I was thinking, and he's been taking it really well. Just telling him, like, focus on the details now while he's young, because he's gonna explode when he's older. Like, this guy is, I think, jumping the highest in the D-line room, like jumping the farthest. He's nuts. So I'm excited for him.
Any more questions? David?
Trey, Coach Gonzalez brought up the movie The Program when he was in here. I don't know if you've seen that, but there's a guy, crazy guy, Lattimore. He's probably steroided up. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but who's that crazy guy on this defense that maybe just kind of drives everybody else?
Crazy guy? What do you think? That's what I was thinking. I would say Genesis, but I wouldn't call him the most crazy guy. I would say he's the most lively guy. That's what I would say.
What is it about Genesis that kind of allows him to be that leader, that local leader out there?
Just his energy every day. Like, he shows up. One thing I love about Genesis is that he's one of the funniest guys ever, but he knows when to work. Like, he knows when it's time to work. He knows when it's time to be serious. So he always helps us all stay locked in, remember the mission that we're focused on, and just get it done, attack the day.
Dalton, he said that he believed that Genesis could be a player of the year candidate in the Big 12. What do you see in him that puts him in that type of class?
Yeah, I would say, he's not really young at this point no more, but, his body is young, I guess you can say, and he's great in the post, number one, and he has great hands and feel for where the ball is going to be, and then as well, he's getting used to the box, so he's really becoming an all-around player. So I think Jen has a great chance at being player of the year candidate, and plus he can do it all. So he just keeps working on each game, and he'll be fine.
We've heard a lot about Gavin Hunter. Now he's getting some run with the ones. He's been here for, I think, 3 years now. What have you seen from his growth, Dalton?
Definitely his mature part, I would say. I think he understood his role last year, and now he's understanding it more this year. And I think he's taking advantage of this opportunity with Stooks. And he's finally stepping into those shoes he has to fill, and I think he's doing a great job.
Genesis, I was talking to him the other day about how he was a quarterback when he was a youth, and how that kind of helps him today to have that kind of perspective. What do you think about that for someone who's playing that position?
Yeah, I think that makes sense in my opinion. As far as the ball's landing spot, you can also tell off of the angle as well. There's kind of certain yardages you can look from. If it's a deep ball, it's going to be from 33 to 36 as well. It's the 2-ball, 1-ball. It's those type of things. So if you're a quarterback knowing that, it can carry over to safety as well. You just got to understand it.
All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.